We're good. Checking on. So when we took the first break, I thought somebody was at the door, and there's nonsense going on. I think people are moving in. Like, they're being really fucking loud about it. Upstairs.
The last place we want to be is the one
Maybe they're
place
fighting.
we're
I don't
doomed
know
to
what's
stay.
going on. It's like,
And the outcasts fled into
That's
it to
creeping
escape
for a minute.
Gondor.
And it is here that the Dark Lord will gather his armies like pieces on a game board, unless we stop him.
Freaks.
trying to see what's going on. This
Gimoob.
son of a bitch. Bert Macklin, you son of. Nice. Nice. Yeah, kind of a pain in the
Worst
ass.
thing about the pigskins is the way they always act tired. Lazy globs.
So far, I can tell that there's like a gaggle of girls moving.
Get back! Manfield! Oh, you'll find me a harder match than those young Uruks you've killed so far.
Alright, Gimoob. Gimub. How about finish vulnerable? Oh, so he doesn't like carnivores. Probably universities.
Time to make right!
Oops. Can I do that? If there's carnivore.
See them, Caragor? I'm gonna get some. I see the Ranger! Get after him! Pin that sword! Captain says there's reports that the Ranger might be in the area, so keep a good lookout and be ready to.
How do I get intel from you?
Out of line and I'll have you flayed. Thank you, Ranger.
Alright, we just talk. That's how this do. This how this do.
Many thanks, Ranger.
Intel pickups. Alright. This guy's been the biggest pain in my ass.
Slaves on the run, you worm!
Nazu.
Vulnerable to stealth, combat master, monster slayer.
Incompetent glove! A lot of you!
Not what I wanted!
Skills right, John.
I'm already down. This is what I'm talking about. He gets to one-shot me.
Back again? You've got to be the worst warrior I've ever seen.
Took his arm off at some point, though.
I'm too fast for you.
I need... He got his health back?
You can't take us all, Tart!
I need elf shot. I need elf shot. I need elf shot. Can this not happen right this fucking second, please? Can I please finish climbing? Where is...
Clean out your ears. You're always hearing things. This one I see is dead. He's run off. One cat.
I hope he doesn't fucking return. I had to shove so many fucking arrows in his goddamn skull.
First we carry the barrels here, then they...
He was easily the hardest fucking douchebag I've ever had to kill. Area blast will happen around a charged bow headshot on Rick's. Whoa. Alright. Go do this quest now.
The hammer's the toughest son of a claw Mordor's ever seen. I pity anyone.
Destroy the Gorthar. Draw forth the Black Captains. That's what we're doing.
You saw what these monsters are capable of. It is madness to stay here.
Yes, but circumstances have changed. Don't you see we have him on our side now?
Why would he want to help us? Weeks ago, he was our enemy.
Italian, ready to pick that fight?
I'd best take these bandages to the others.
The orcs are building a monument to honor Sauron. We have enough blasting powder to destroy it.
Fine. I'll take it and I'll finish this.
Not without me, you won't.
Thought your only concern was saving your wife.
So did I. Come on, let's go before I change my mind. Forgive Erin's words. Her heart is with our
Pinkatron!
people. The slaves you helped us free know where the Dark Lord's monument is most vulnerable. We will strike there. We'll need to steal a cart of grog from the Uruk. It will make quite the trigger for the blasting powder. Let's move.
I got some birthday donuts left over. All is good. All is good. I'm feeling great. Had a great birthday. Ollie enjoyed
Ghouls have turned on the Uruks.
his meal.
Nature's darkness cannot be tamed.
Toxics at work.
The cart's up ahead. Be ready. Where there's grog, there's Uruks.
Stand firm and fight him.
When I'm through, no Uruks will draw breath. You have my word.
Most slaves don't hurry it up. We'll start making roads for our armies out of their corpses and get
Cart.
Really enjoyed the gif of you playing your Viking horn flute thing. Yeah, yeah. Having a good time with that.
two soft skins that might take a round and rip out your proud jawbone. Disarm him!
God damn it. Aragon, I had it. Did you not help? Yeah, we had a lot of fun yesterday.
All clear, men! Excellent, Talion. Now we must ensure our men can push the cart to the monument free from harm. Look, how fast evil corrodes.
This decay. Gondor must not fall prey to the Shadow.
Let's move.
Your death has been avenged by Frank Plain. Nice.
Wait. Something hides in the dark. Ghouls. It will pick the meat from our bones. The Uruk camp lies before us. Kill the lot so my men can pass. If you need assistance, I'll be close.
Do ghouls show up anywhere else? In the lore? Or, like, in this game? Because they show up all over the place in this game. In the lore, I'm not sure. I've never heard of them except for this game. But that's the case for all of the creatures in this game. I've never heard of Caribors before. I've never heard of I forget the name of the big things. I keep forgetting their name. Caribors, ghouls, and growls, or whatever those big things are called. Well, it's not a continuity offense because they say in the game that all of those races exclusively exist in Mordor. And they don't exist outside of Mordor. And that kind of makes it work alright, because there wasn't a lot of information getting out of Mordor into the rest of the world, because it was like this closed off evil space that was impenetrable. So like the fact that things exist inside Mordor that nobody knew about is very possible. So it doesn't offend the current lore at all. a lot of what they did in this game that is completely brand new and never made, because the fact is the entire game exists start to finish in Mordor, beyond the Black Gate. The other two so far is the creation of the Uruk-hai. This game is blatantly going against what is established as the creation of the Uruk-hai. Based on timeline throw-offs. And the first one was the fact that a human was able to get his hands on Sauron's hammer. Albeit that he shouldn't have been able to lift it, for starters, one. Two, all of his equipment should have been destroyed.
You're in my sight! Look at that cannibal!
Erebor versus Warg? I think a Erebor would win. I even think it's in the lore in this thing. Aragorn is vicious, disgusting, and relentless killing machine. Native to Mordor, and it's the realm's top predator, powerful legs. They attack and kill any competing predators, such as wargs, on sight.
It's a Caragor! Next time, Ranger. Next time,
Yeah, I keep saying it wrong. I keep saying Carabor. Because I honestly think Carabor would have been a better name for it. Caragor, I don't know. I mean, it works still. I like his sword. A little more Viking-esque.
Fighting side by side. Who would have thought?
This is an awkward conversation they're having.
Ranger, stay close. The ghouls swarm Durthang. My men can use this distraction to push the cart beneath the bridge unseen. Simmer, beasts. You'll get Uruk guts as a reward. The dead rumble below our feet. They're upon us!
Come on, Igrin. Kurgan.
My men will protect the cart. Let's clear the ridge so they may pass.
Okay.
Be ready, Talion. The next outpost will be the largest.
Ready for what? I haven't seen shit yet.
It's too quiet. Something is amiss. Caragors. One enemy replaces another.
The monument is upon us. A tribute to darkness built by the blood of my people. I will relish its destruction. Take a long look. That monument will soon fall. There, Ranger. Our success depends on your ability to clear the outpost of Uruk. Only then can my men get into position to destroy the monument.
The Uruk's numbers dwindle, now that their war chiefs have fallen by my hand.
Did you make the...
15 more guards.
Slave heads are small. Anyone can make them fly a mile with one good swing. Only Noggin I want to see flying. It's
The one that belonged to that ranger who's been killing Uruk.
Which ranger? One that's been killing you? Ha ha ha!
about footprints behind the bushes. When I was on patrol earlier, I could feel something watching me. I reckon it's that weird creature that's
Nice.
Everyone, to the monument!
I'll handle the Uruks. You handle the car with the explosives.
Protect us, or our next step will be unlocked!
Keep moving forward. No Uruks shall harm you.
Pain harms us not. We carry one far greater.
Push the cart, come on. Push, 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 push. 40 feet, come on.
You have sealed their doom.
My people believe they have just claimed their freedom.
Is that what you told them?
Men need hope. I just gave them what they asked for.
Then your men need their leader. To these outcasts, it seems I am less of a monster in death than I was in life.
It is the Black Hand and his captains who are the true monsters. They will return, and when they do, these men will die.
Myth Blast is pretty good. Fire Arrow is pretty good. Lethal Shadow Strikes. Shadow Charge. Don't need Brace Attack. Death Threat. Head on. Vault Stun's really good. Which one do I want? Vault Stun? The Lethal Charge. Lethal Shadow Strike. Vault Stun.
They say the range is cursed. If it's
Hey! Zook. Thank you. Surprise attack against rivals. Okay, so we want to help. I think the Corruptor. No, we want to help Rack the Foul win. We're gonna take out the Corruptor.
I get bored of all this marching without any killing. Ambush! Cut them down! Kill them all! Not surprised to see you show your ugly face during a moment of chaos. Won't be surprised to see you die, neither. Can't stand against us.
Tuba, thank you.
Scream for me! Look out! I'm jumping you!
Out, I'm jumping you.
Someone next.
Nice.
Fine. Come back when you find your courage.
What's up, G-Grief? Alright. Let's just head straight over to... I shot him right in the butt. You guys really want a piece of this stephead? Guys, I'm gone. I'm already a non-issue. It's going good. G-Griff had a fantastic birthday stream yesterday. It was so much fun when everybody came out. Had a good time. Woke up this morning playing this. Dealing with some drama with the neighbors. They're being kind of loud. I'm kind of being nosy, seeing what they're up to. This gaggle of girls that have moved in, a bevy of bitches, if you will. There is a 99.9% chance that I'm going to hate them living up there. There is a 0.1% chance that this is my lesbian porno dream fantasy come true. So, I'm really holding out. Really holding out. We'll see how it goes.
He believes he draws us into a trap. Let us not disappoint him.
Something on the air that don't smell right. Did you hear that?
Go fall for this trap he's made us.
I hear the rangers everywhere. A corpse, and it's one of us! These menfolk are like rats across our land. Like all rats. They need to be stalked on till none of them are left.
Heard that creature who was warned about sniffing about again, but I got away.
Like the beacon!
What was that? There he is!
He's down! Stop running and fight, you sons! Let's get him done! You, maggot! Not so clever now, are ya? Get him! Raise the beacon!
Oh, I'm sorry.
You won't get me that way!
Beautiful. Cooler being cooler, a stream stable. Yeah, I don't. I can't even follow. I'm pumped he comes back. Chills. Times I understand him, it's good conversation. I think we need to employ a cooler translator. Like how Geralt could translate for the trolls. Stun and knockdown durations. It's kind of tempting. My buddy does that stuff with algorithm. Okay.
Rash is getting worse.
Man, I could have used that swarm.
Starts peeling off.
It's true, I don't like Kingdom Hearts, but I don't mind people liking it. I need the elf shot. Come here. Hi, Edie. What's up? There are now parchment letters sent from the outcast Erin. Details her imminent capture by the Uruks. The note is clearly intended for Hergen, her husband and leader of the outcasts. Whether it has reached its intended recipient is another matter.
My dear Hirgon, I hide outside the camp
Hirgon.
and pray they do not find me. They are taking anyone they find into slavery. If only you were here. But I know you must fight the Uruks, or there will be no chance any of us will ever be free. I fear I will never see you again, if they find me. I do not know how long I can survive. Your beloved wife, Erin.
We need that. Every chance we get it, we need it. Okay, bye.
Carrick Angren. The iron jaws clamped hard on the people trapped here.
The Dark Lord in all his forms desires sheer domination.
Somebody sneaking around. Must have imagined it. Well, I hope you're right.
Again, I arrived to no data. No information is gathered. Kill Uruks while they investigate
I
for
never
a
want to
track.
have to be at the Udun outpost again. Me neither. Too many slaves being transported through there.
You're right. They'll get moved else. No chance to get into some length of torturing if there's less than a day or two.
I don't want to do.
The Grey Walkers usually short captains. How do you think ratbags avoided a pistol? I don't know, but it don't feel right. What was that? I don't like the sound of that.
This one's gonna be easy. Bonus objective.
Did you hear that?
Fuck. That way.
They say if you get close to an archer, the conditions here need to be worse. Make the menfolk suffer more.
There's been a murder here.
Did I just hear something?
They're all investigating.
Hey, you! We're tied up here. Please help.
Clearly, I see that. Give it a second.
Thanks aplenty, stranger.
Who dat?
Krosh.
He's a biter. What dis? Not Old Scorchy, the branding iron, is a common refrain among the orcs of Udun. It is interesting to note that while branding with red-hot irons as punishment is commonplace with the orcs searing the flesh of their unruly brethren as much as slaves, Scorchy's peak, used only on the most recalcitrant? Somebody define that. Recalcitrant. I don't know what that means. The orcs believe Scorchy holds sorcerous powers, enabling it to burn longer and hotter, and to scorch with such intensity the pain can be felt for weeks after the branding.
All right, you. You're not so brave now, are you? Hold him, boys. Get your filthy hands off me! It's simple, see? Do unto others quicker and harder than they do unto you. But at least you tried. Next time, try harder. This is going to hurt a lot. But you'll learn who's in charge. No! Not old Scorchy! Anything but old Scorchy!
These Uruk have a twisted concept of justice.
It is not justice. It is the constant weeding out of the weak in favor of the strong.
Might have gotten more, but a pack of carnivores attacked us and killed half the people. Spotted him! Bleed the throat! Die!
That was hot.
Light the beacon! Get to the beacon! Get back to work! Stop talking there!
I am countering.
Hold it right there!
Beautiful. It's like, it's just an art form. Alright, we good? Word.
Thank goodness you're here. Help me. Thank you.
What was that noise? After him! Chop him from behind! They're everywhere!
Come on.
Stop moving!
Nice. No elf shot. Need to find a way to get that recharge just through natural combat.
Don't move!
Oh, come on! You didn't even give me a prompt for that guy.
He likes to take off eggs! My kill!
Think I got the kill on him? Yeah, I did. Alright, I can't die again.
Hey, boys! All at once now!
Beautiful. Alright, he can go.
Hey, over here!
Gotta heal first. Oh, guess I don't.
I knew it was foolish to insult that orc, but I'll do it again to see you slaughter them so.
No, you're imagining stuff again. Oh, I smell it too. I was looking forward to testing my blade. So, from far too.
Kill 5 flying creatures. Are there even any? I don't think I've ever seen a flying.
At first, I thought the new tracks we found was led by Goop.
Interesting.
Why do so many slaves beg for their lives? Ah, they're just trying to make you let your guard down so they can escape. If we run out of pink skins to torture, we'll have to cut out the slave master. Hack off 1 or 2 of his lives. Problems just rats. I wanted a good broad kill. Wait. I'll smell something.
Alright. So check out this bow here. Alright, quit within 1 minute. So easy.
What was that?
I think they expected me to get hung up on the close range portion. And go into this cave for this.
It's too cold. It's too wet. It's too dark. I'll kill you.
Alright, let's get weird. Get weird. 5 combat drain. Got it. Ah! Ah!
Push it.
Come on, orcs. Oh, that was so finally putting him down. Into your fucking head. Right to the fucking throat. You could go watch a movie this weekend? Which one? Just turns and fires at me. A piece of shit. Thank you. Well, Wurgle bats. In Advert Kingsman 2 usually. Really often this week, so maybe that. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like Kingsman 2 shit being thrown at my face. I never even saw the first one. I had a chance to. It was up on HBO Go for a little bit, and then they took it down. I'm not gonna pay to watch it at this point, though.
From what I could see, it don't look like much of a threat. Heard it talking. To itself. Bloody creepy, if you ask me. Look, it's a Caragor! Oh, the shark! There! Get him! From behind you! Come on in!
You guys have to let it go. I've disappeared into the Wraith world. No, I'm sure I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen enough memes and jokes and like people talking about it on the internet that I got a good gist of, about like a lot of the tropes in the movie, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. I've seen a lot of the fight scenes. Leave me alone, guys. Let me chill up here. Talking with you about how many people died at the end of the movie. I think I've seen somebody do a what do they call it? Their graphic infographics or whatever. It's a graphic that shows data in relation to things. Somebody did an infographic on how many deaths by what weapon for like a bunch of movies. That was one of them. That's probably where I pulled that data from. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't there some, like, big biological weapon? See, I don't even know. I don't know. But I've heard people talk about it. Like, I got a gist of the whole movie.
Ratanak.
How many Uruks do you command in death?
He had been a problem for us for a long time. I think this is the one where it goes, if you do this quest, you won't be able to come back or some shit. $2 to $3 billion in those 2 minutes. So a fraction, like a good fraction, of the world's population. Because it's biological or something, right? I don't know. Don't tell me. I'll watch it.
Hold, brother. He wants the Grave Walker.
The Black Hand has come. One of his minions. He was sent here to hunt us down. Let me gather my men.
The servants of Sauron are foes beyond any of you. Get your people out of Mordor tonight, or you'll all be dead by dawn.
There is a hidden tunnel to the Black Gate. Aaron, it's time. Goodbye, my friend.
So the local war chiefs did nothing to prevent this sacrilege?
They all perished in battle, my lord. All except me. War Chief Ratbag.
Fortunately, you are still alive. Now, bring me the head of this grave walker.
Claim the head yourself.
The ranger from the Black Gate. Where was your bravery when we bled your wife and gutted your son? Kill him!
You can try.
Time to die!
You brought out some of the scrawniest orcs I've seen yet, buddy. Ooh, I like that move.
Finish him, you useless orc!
Rip Ratbag? I think so. And Shank.
Back to work, swine! Back to work! Your time is up now!
Alright, I'm gonna try and get this. There we go.
Step back and learn the art of the kill.
Get behind him!
Your time is up now.
Or he'll get you!
Now I inflict the pain.
That was sick.
The Dark Lord will rule. Is this your best, Grave Walker? I will teach you what real pain is. You rose from the grave, but now you will meet eternal death. Ranger, time to die. Back to Earth, Grave Walker. Your time is up now.
Nice.
Teach you what real pain is. Ranger, time to die.
So is Sauron's mace powerful because it was used by Sauron, or genuinely powerful? Both. Not an artifact, he created it for himself, but it's also empowered because he imbued it.
Is this your best, Grave Walker?
Drop him from behind!
Bit of a power level complaint. Some of the war chiefs I've faced are stronger than the Black Hand.
Step back and learn the art of the kill.
That sword!
Yes, it's similar to the ring, but lesser so. In fact, it was it got its power from the ring, which would allow the hammer to still be powerful at this point in the story because the ring still exists. But I think what they were trying to do was make his hammer like another trinket of the Black Lord, like the ring is, and how the ring corrupts. They were trying to make it like, well, his hammer did this
I'll kill you!
to a simple stretcher bearer.
How does your vengeance taste, Talion? Is not the darkness sweet?
You acted too hastily. There's much we could have learned.
Welcome back, Wolf Brother.
He slaughtered my entire family before my very eyes. What would you have done?
Do you speak with the living? Or only with the dead?
Who are you?
My name is Lothario, from the Sea of Nurnen. My mother said you would be here. And here you are.
Well, Lothario from the Sea of Nurnen. You should have stayed where you were. There's nothing here but death.
Lady Marwyn, Queen of the Shore, wishes an audience with you. She has seen visions of your misfortune.
A queen who sees visions.
Visions of the return of the great Celebrimbor. She wishes to make him an offering.
And what is this offering?
That is all I know. I must gather provisions. The return to Nurnen is long and treacherous. My camp is close by. It will be my honor to escort you.
Hammer of
We have
Fate.
defeated the Hammer of Sauron, but the Black Hand and the Tower remain.
And their master.
Do this one. Because it's cool. Alright, we got some deep lore. Lithariel is the daughter of Lady Marwyn, Queen of the Shore. As an infant, she was the only survivor of a trading ship which fell prey to the raids of the tribesmen. Queen Marwyn adopted the infant as a daughter, and she is now the first in line for the throne. No one questions Lithariel's authority. She grew up quickly among the tribesmen and has taken their values as her own. A tough warrior, she is resourceful and honorable to a fault. She has never surrendered in battle, even when it cost those following her their lives. Nirn. To outsiders, Mordor is often perceived as a dead realm, but this is not the case. In the southern region, Nirn is fertile enough to feed the Dark Lord's numerous hordes. Its soil had been enriched by ash from Orodruin's eruption, and its grasslands are fed by water from the Sea of Nirn. Many of Mordor's beasts reside in Nirn, among them Grogs, Aragors, ghouls, hellhawks, and a host of other nameless horrors. The land was once the domain of the tribesmen under the rule of Lady Marwyn, Queen of the Shore. Now the Uruks rule, but the few remaining free tribesmen refuse to admit defeat and mount whatever small resistance they can against their oppressors. Sea of Nirnen. Natives claim Mordor's inland sea is haunted. Water from the Nirnen irrigates crops, but since the Dark Lord's return, it has become bitter and undrinkable to men. Nirnen fisheries harvest strange, beaked abominations that howl in nets. Sailors who worked the trade routes before the Uruks captured Nirn speak of a multi-tentacled horror powerful enough to capsize and destroy the great slave barges the Uruks used to transport the captives. On the banks of Nirnen, the fortress city of Tharband operates a city of slaves. Uruks process their captives there before shipping them to sites across Mordor and beyond.
Someone's sneaking about. Whatever it was, he doesn't dare face me. Back to work then. The Tark scum are crying.
Yep, Ratbag's dead. was the end of Ratbag. What do I think of Naz Cougar? I don't know. Clearly not a lot, because I don't remember him. Oh. New region. Starting this mission will take you to a new area. You can return to Udu at any time from the map by fast traveling to the gate. The area has its army.
The smell of fresh meat always attracts the scavengers.
And they tend to travel in packs. You should leave now.
Queen will be pleased to see you. We are here. Lady Marwen, Queen of the Shore.
The fallen ranger from the Black Gate. Come closer.
Your daughter claims you have something for me.
Not for you, Talia. The hour grows late. Very soon, the Dark Lord and his army will march all over Mordor, but a great power can be awakened to prevent it.
Is that why I'm here?
Breach into Morgoth's Scar. Take the elven craftwork from the ghouls and find the dwarf.
Stay strong, Mother. Come.
What is your mother's affliction?
No one knows. She worsened after her travels.
Is there not medicine?
There was, but our camp was overrun.
As rivers flow and waters fall, as oceans settle in port of call, your journey onto white shores glide, and there you settle in with pride. And to the rangers who are not Gondor, may your spirits find peace ashore. And to wife and son and kin, may those banks bring bliss with you. May their sacrifice be a beacon to us all.
I need to find the way to Morgoth's Scar There's a good chance we can pick up the ghouls' trail at that ransacked caravan we passed earlier by the ravine.
Woo!
As soon as I see that Targ Ranger, I'm gonna make him suffer.
These Eldar towers ascend from beyond the past.
Yeah, don't be hitting my ghost tower, huh? Sorry, handling some post-birth tog. Geburtstag. Launch free for all. No. Relaunch party. New views battles more. Interesting. Interesting. What should I get for food today, chat? What should I eat? What's that? Duke noodles. Maybe. Mayhap so, children. Mayhap
How does the Queen
so.
know of your past?
Ancient knowledge lays unseen by all but spirits. She can see into both worlds.
And perhaps she will lead us to what we seek.
Alright. Find the wrecked caravan.
So many dead Uruks. I must thank the ghouls before I slaughter them.
Ghouls are scavengers. They take all, but leave one thing behind.
I must locate the ghouls' tracks.
She said, yeah, she was serious. She was serious about doing it with me. She's like, I'm not gonna eat it all. She's like, I'm tell you right now, I ain't gonna succeed.
There's our trail.
Like, so get ready to like finish off my bowl. Yeah, I'm down. Kabomicus! I am the great wizard of flame!
Time to bleed! I see the ranger! We showed him in that last fight. Can't wait for the next
Now's our best chance.
Remember what the war chief told us about how to fight?
This hollow bleeds with death.
And this must be Morgoth's scar. I recognize that ghastly stench. Night crawlers. In the belly of the beast, stealth is my best weapon. Staying high will keep me out of sight. Ghouls fear fire as much as light. Those flames might prove useful if we are overwhelmed.
Blood-stained buckler. What's dwarvish make? Dwarven made and built to withstand great amounts of punishment, this wood and steel buckler served its purpose well. Many marks or scoring hints to usefulness in combat, but the blood stains are perhaps an indication of a grim outcome for the dwarf who carried it in battle.
Brother! Brother, where are you? Bloody ground knocked me senseless. And, brother.
Eva, thank you.
No, this shouldn't be. This is my fault. I should have been more prepared. I should have listened to you. I should have been a better hunter. I will avenge you, brother. I will hunt this Graug in your name. And I will be the hunter you always wanted me to be.
He lost his brother.
Hunter and hunted. Death takes them all.
A treasure room. Your heirloom must be here.
Made by the Dark Lord himself. And still covered in my family's blood.
We are betrayed. Its power blazes like a beacon, and will bring ruin to all Middle-earth.
Gondor! What is that creature?
Was that Gladriel? It was.
They will keep coming, till only our bones remain. The storm is past.
The danger has not.
3 arrowheads next to the health bar.
We must escape this darkness.
Not sure.
Those fires will stop them. The entrance is nigh. The sun is our end if we don't reach it in time.
Oh, that right there. It just popped up. That means I'm being shot at from a distance. That there. Not those, okay.
Pity to injure military career inside the belly of a ghoul, eh? I'm Torvin, the Beast Hunter. And I bet 10 pints you just nabbed the treasure I was after.
Now, I am grateful for the assistance, but it does not grant you proprietary rights.
Keep it! I just found something a lot more valuable.
And what would that be?
My new hunting partner!
What you hunt does not interest me, Master Dwarf.
Even if it leads you to the chisel that belongs with that hammer. Every creature's got its lure. Yours just happens to be very old. Well, if the thrill of the hunt takes your fancy, the camp's not far.
Find the dwarf.
What of your vision, Celebrimbor?
I used all that he had taught me and forged the three in secret. Water, air, and fire.
That's old. That is real old. I doubt that person's played Shadows of Mordor in a long time. Biddy boo! Biddy boo! Oh! Yeah, you're probably talking about the claw mark. Claw. Hey, I had no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Reiklin. Hey, baby. Yeah. That's from a long time ago. Yeah, like this? What you're talking about? Alright. We just got to the, we just got through the Black Gate, so we just took out the hand. The hammer.
It's not one goal. He's at the
So, kinda like the 45, 40%-ish mark.
Tell us about them sounds you've been hearing again. Oh, shut up. You won't think it's funny when you hear them.
No, I was talking about so there's like a halfway point in the game where you defeat the hammer guy. I think he's called the Black Hand. And once you do, you're able to get through the gate and go to a new area. And that's what we just did. But our continuity offenses are creation of the Urukai and that dude having Sauron's weapon. The reality is, both of those continuity offenses are pretty weak. There was a lot of hoopla on the internet about how this breaks so much continuity, and my original conversation with chat weeks and weeks and weeks ago about my problem with Shadows of Mordor versus Shadows of War is Shadows of War clearly doesn't work with the canon, and Shadows of Mordor, yeah, it fucks with the canon here and there, but it works. You can make it work. So what my problem was with the development studio was that they gave me a game that works in my world, and they gave me a game that clearly doesn't, which is fine, but they're direct sequels to each other. So, like, that's a problem for me to be able to enjoy it thoroughly. So our whole intent was to sit down and completely de-canon this game and really look for all the things that everybody on the internet and everybody on chat was trying to convince me that exists. And as things have popped up, I'm begging for shit to tear this game apart from the continuity. And we're researching in depth. I'm pulling up Wikipedia articles, I'm going in, I'm reading as much as I can, and this game has not offended the lore too much so far. It's been pretty good about it. Oh yeah, I killed one of the continuity offenses. Yes. He is dead. This crazy son of a bitch. Victims do not get any last chance. The blacksmith, I like him already. I might let him be the our buddy.
Nani here, Gelar Mordor.
Catch that!
Well, we're getting close to the point in the game where we're able to start making, like, helpers. Cool tourney, ooh. Giant beast, a monster of this strength and size can without reservation be referred to as a great beast. A distant cousin to the Mumakil. Yeah. These enormous quadrupeds can grow to 35 feet tall and make unrivaled beasts of burden for the Dark Lord's armies. They are powerful enough that no creature, except perhaps for a Grog or a huge Karagor pack, can hope to bring them down. In the coming war, they will prove invaluable, the Dark Lord's growing armies in both transport and weapons. So see, so far, they were talking about how they can't tame Grogs and they can't tame Karagors. You can, though. because you're the Wraith, right? So you can get into its head. They make it sound like these great beasts, they can tame. And I don't recall the great beasts ever being mentioned outside of Mordor. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. These are the same speed. Yep, never mind. They carry Grom. Grond. 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 They just don't look like this. But they're called Great Beast. Dark Lord Sauron claims Middle-earth as his rightful domain. Only he has the power to bring order and halt the steady decline of this world since it was abandoned by the Valar. To preserve the world, he convinced the elf lord Celebrimbor to work with him on the Rings of Power before forging the One Ring and master of all the others. He was betrayed when Celebrimbor forged 3 elven rings in secret. In his rage, he dragged Celebrimbor back to Mordor to make him reveal the location of these 3 and to perfect the one only great again. Recently, he has been defeated by the White Council in Dol Guldur and driven back to Mordor, but he is determined that this shall be his final defeat. From here in Mordor, he will reforge his strength to conquer Middle-earth, for there are none with the power to oppose. Yes, the giant flaming battering ram is named Grond. So, yep, exactly what you're thinking of is what I was talking about. So, they drew them differently for the video game, but they are called Great Beasts, and that was called a Great Beast, and they serve the same purposes. So, I'll consider the Great Beast not to be a continuity error, because it's artist interpretation. Who's to say that the person who made the art for the video game and the person who drew the CG for the movies didn't read the same part of the book, and derive 2 different looks from it, you know? Yeah, there you go. Reckling got a screenshot of what they look like. They're kind of rhinoceros-like. This, though, could be a pretty big continuity error. One, it is not in the lore that Celebrimbor perfected the ring, but that's something that could have been done in secret without it ever getting out, and Celebrimbor dies before he's able to relay the information back out. So the fact that nobody knows that Celebrimbor was forced to help him perfect the One Ring, I'll let that slide. But Celebrimbor to forge the 3 elven rings in secrecy? I don't think so. I don't think that's how that went down. I'm pretty sure that all of the rings were presented by Sauron at the same time. After he got Celebrimbor to help him work on it. What do you guys think? Was the Noldoran prince who was last of the House of Feanor. who lived in Middle Earth, ruler Aragorn, Master Smith. He is remembered primarily for his creation of the 3 greatest elven rings of power. Shit. Made last, however, and their forging involves some of the arts taught by Anatar, which I think is Sauron. Thus, they were too bound to the One Ring to some extent. They were named Narya, the Ring of Fire, which Gandalf has now, Ninya, the Ring of Water, and Vilya, the Ring of Air. They remain hidden from Sauron. Made last. Damn. Even this is correct. I'm telling you, this is my point. Like, everybody that's online saying that this game is this massive offense to Lord of the Rings lore, it's not. Yeah, like, what they did with the black captains is kind of taking some liberties, but the reality is it's kind of cool. We know that the Mouth of Sauron is a character that exists in the books, right? And the Hand of Sauron, and there's no reason to go and create these other kind of officers off of the parts of Sauron, right? Like the Mouth of Sauron is the one who speaks for him. The Hand of Sauron is the one that delivers the justice. You know, to call them all these different names and draw out these different characteristics and make some really super evil, like black officers for the sake of this game, I don't think is that massive of a continuity offense. And like, I'm trying really hard to keep one of those 2 continuity offenses in there, and that is the Uruk-hai. They're saying that Sauron, I have some text that states Sauron, after he has gained his form back, which is like almost right before Frodo goes on his quest, Sauron gets his body back. And I mean, it's almost like a month before Frodo leaves the Shire with the ring, which is 50 years after he gets the ring. Don't let the movies fool you on that. He's significantly older. He holds onto the ring for 50 years before he leaves. Sauron gets his body back, and that's when he starts to breed the Uruk-hai. And Saruman uses the technique that he has to breed the Uruk-hai. So basically, like, there's a timeline error there with these Uruk-hai existing. Yeah, Frodo has the ring for a really long time. Frodo doesn't, when Gandalf bounces after the birthday party with Bilbo, he doesn't come back, and Frodo lives like a long time with his friends. He moves houses. He settles down somewhere else. He doesn't leave the Shire for a real long fucking time. I may be wrong on it being 50 years, but here, let me double check. It's like, okay, sorry, it's not 50. It's 17 years. 17 years. What's 50 years? Something takes 50 years. I think maybe Frodo's somewhere in his 50s when he does it. I think that's where I'm getting the 50 from. But okay, but yes, it takes Gandalf 17 years to go off, research the ring, and then come back. Bilbo had it for like... He had it for longer than 50. I think he had it for... I think the age 50 is where I'm getting it from. Yeah, Bilbo was about 60 years. I'm thinking the age 50, because I think that was the whole point, was like... 60 years older. How was a yeah, Frodo. So Frodo and Bilbo's birthdays are on the same day, September 22nd. So when Bilbo hits 111, Frodo hits 33. So, 17 years before he leaves the Shire. 33 is when he gets the ring. And he waits 17 years before he leaves the Shire. There's where I'm pulling my 50 from. That's exactly 50 years old. Frodo leaves at the age of 50. So, how much weed did he smoke? No wonder evil can be so effective 17 years. Yeah, well, you have to take in consideration part of... No, I'm remembering it wrong. So from the birthday to when he leaves the Shire is 17 years for sure. Gandalf is gone initially for 6 months. He rides out to the libraries of Minas Tirith, reads that the ring that Isildur had some special characteristics. He comes back. He throws the ring in the fire, and that's in the period of like 6 months right there. It makes it look like he's gone for like a weekend in the movie, but it's 6 months. And then he comes back and he goes, "This is the ring. You need to keep this, like, this is the one ring. I'm freaking the fuck out. You need to keep shit serious and quiet, and this is what's happening in the book." He says, you know, "I need to go talk to Saruman about this ring and figure out what we're gonna do about it. You need to, like, you're gonna have to move at the moment's notice, and I need you to be ready for it." So what he does in the book is he sells the estate to the Sackville Bagginses. He sells the Bag End. And he moves out of the Shire and he moves to Brandybuck, I think? He moves to another county of like... He moves out of Hobbiton to another county within the Shire. I stand corrected. And he lives there with Fatty Bolger, which is this hobbit you guys never fucking hear about because of the movie. Fatty Bolger and Sam, like, kind of live close by, and Merry and Pip keep hanging out with him out there at this, like, little cottage out in the middle of nowhere for 17 years, and then, I don't think Gandalf comes back. I think there was a... No, what it is, like, Gandalf doesn't even tell them when to leave. And Gandalf used to always show up for birthdays. He always used to show up for every single time Bilbo and Frodo's birthday, and he misses a birthday, and then another, and then another. And so 17 years of him missing birthdays, Frodo says something's fucking wrong. Frodo took a little while to arrive to that conclusion. Meanwhile, what's happened to Gandalf is he's been captured and stuck up on the tower. He's been stuck on the top of Orthanc by Saruman. So, at this point, Frodo's like, we gotta go. He told me to meet him in the Prancing Pony or whatever at a certain date, I think it was. I forget what it is that exactly causes Frodo to set out, but he sets out, and then when he gets to the Prancing Pony, the innkeep hasn't seen him for fucking ever, hasn't seen Gandalf for fucking ever. And, they stumble their way towards Rivendell. You know, Strider helps, fucking Arwen helps, all that shit. But when they get to Rivendell, that's when Gandalf happened to just got back in and was on his way to the Shire and found out they were coming in. And Arwen's like, "Oh, I think Strider has him. Let me go out and meet him and bring him back and shit." Things move very slowly in Middle-earth, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, the funniest part of it is all of the setup. All of the things that happen before Lord of the Rings takes off as its own independent story are told very, 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 very quickly. But they take place over the period of like 5,000 to 6,000 years. Like all of the events from the fall of Sauron to Frodo walking out the front door. It's like 3,000 years, right? Like, so it's just like a shit ton of time. But the entire events of Frodo destroying the ring, the entirety of the 3 books, right? Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King. The entirety of those 3 books takes place less than a year. I think Frodo squeezes the whole destroying the One Ring bit into a summer. Like, let me see here. See if Google can tell me. They can't get out of the Middle Ages. Well, that's part of it, is that magic in that world prevents technology development. But yeah, that's the beauty of fantasy worlds, is nobody discovers the fucking microchip or anything like that. Let me see here. Okay, so 3018. September of 3018. March 25th of 3019. 6 months. 6 months. September 23rd to March 25th. October, November, December, January, February, March. It is 6 months and 2 days. The entirety of the War of the Ring takes place in 6 months. Just, fall and winter. That's it. That's the entirety of Lord of the Rings. That blows my mind. Well, they're not dealing with the orcs for 3,000 years. So, like, a good chunk of that timeline of what's going on, is peace. Sauron dying, Isildur losing the ring. Isildur loses the ring within, like, a year of him taking it off Sauron. And then, like, the ring is in the river, right? From that point, like, Mordor's gone, all the orcs don't show up anymore, like, nobody's leading them, so they're just kind of like bands of bad guys. All the way up to Smeagol finding the ring, Deagol and Smeagol finding the ring inside the river. That's like 2,600 years or something like that. It's like 2,000 years between the ring coming off the king, Isildur, falling in the river, and Gollum finding it in the river. It takes fucking forever. Which is considered to be a time of peace. I knew it. Oh, I got one of them. Thank you, try 88. That. Yeah, but that's the point of a fantasy world, though. Is that things don't advance. That it can stay a fantasy world. Also, they deal with cataclysmic events. Unlike our world does. What if the Cold War actually like went off and we actually had like World War III with nukes? Where would we be technologically at that point? We wouldn't be where we are now. And that's what dealing with Sauron did. He reset him, put him back to the Stone Age. No. I mean, like, even without that, think about having a world that has trolls and goblins and all this bullshit in it. Striving or surviving is such a higher bar set than it is in our world. You know, by that, he reset him pretty bad. Like, his first attack was, oh, I killed him. Wait a minute.
Thank goodness.
You maggot! You are sent to test my resolve. It is not lacking. I'll snap you like a stupid shot! I'll kill you myself! So thick-skulled, you tried again. Time to die.
Oh, you piece of shit!
Smash his bones. You're useless. You idiot! Not a chance!
Is that gonna be enough? There we go.
That coward ran away.
I mean, they do have a lot of tech, but I mean, I don't know. How about birdie? I don't know, my immersion's left just fine. Oh, the invisible wall. Yeah. Alright, where's my next target? I'm standing on it? Yeah.
Hey, Soski! I'm watching.
I am hungry. I'm really thinking about them spicy-ass noodles.
A citadel from the ancient world. Secrets seen only by my eyes.
Thinking about it. Really thinking about it. No, I've eaten all the donuts. So I was like trying to get a feel for like what the comparison was. Toxic Lily responded to those noodles like holy shit, those are fucking like inhumanly hot, and I'm like, I don't think they were that bad. And I know for sure that people on YouTube were hamming it up. But I was like, I wonder how much though. So I was like, there's gotta be somebody on YouTube who acted like it wasn't a big deal, right? And then Frank Plain was like, I'm gonna try it out because he and I like spicy stuff, almost the exact same palette. And he was gonna try them out. So I started watching like a shit ton of videos. I can't tell you the weird ass shit I stumbled upon. There's a whole thing called mukbang or macbang or something like that. I'd have to look it up again. But it is the Korean word for eating broadcast. Which is a new thing. It's basically social eating that we have here on Twitch, but it's this huge phenomenon. People are like doing it in mass all over Asia. But there's more to it than just eating. You eat, you interact with your community, but you're supposed to eat exotic food in large quantities.
Like hands of silver spread through Sauron's land, these towers push away the darkness.
We're talking like these massive fucking dishes. So like... Alright, so I had a hard time wolfing down, and I was hungry when we did the noodle challenge. I had a hard time wolfing down 2 packs of it. And granted, I've been eating less and less since I started streaming, so my stomach's been shrinking so I can handle less food than normal, but I would say, like, 2 packs I could typically handle, right? These mukbang people, whatever you pronounce it, mukbang, whatever. These girls, tiny little girls, who are in good shape. We're not talking, like, fat chicks or anything. Like, they're in good shape. Fit. Some of them would even call, like, weirdly skinny. Are making 5 packages of those fucking noodles. 5 of them. Put it on this huge heating plate to keep them warm. Right in front of their camera. Imagine if, like,
what beautiful
my camera was lower and I don't have a keyboard. I have a hot plate. And I just put all the noodles on it and I just sat there and talked to you guys and ate. Took her longer than me to get through the noodles, but she ate 5 packs of them without stopping. 5 packs. Some girls, you know, they were like, oh god, I'm dying, ah, and they were like panicking and freaking out at how hot it is. I'm like, yeah, you're faking it. But like a lot of these mukbang people were like, yeah, that's hot, and they just keep eating it. Like, I think I had more of a reaction to it than them. I was blown away. 5 packs. Good God.
Right, Damon? Think I'm alone, do you? Wait till I blow this horn.
Can't blow a horn if you got a fucking arrow in your mouth.
You can't slip away.
You're lucky.
Too slow. Today, we shall...
So you come back from that one.
Mansfield!
Fuck!
I'll chase you across all Mordor if I have to, Ranger! Let's draw in try it. Ah! Do not resist.
Ours the knife, huh? Good. Oh. Oh, God. You guys were so great yesterday. Yesterday was such a great day. We might be cutting the stream. We will be cutting the stream a little bit early on Friday. Because we do have my dinner. My family. But I found it was good. It's so good. Oh God. Aragorn, leave me alone. Tirith Messis. Appropriate name, I like that.
I'll bet that pink skin we saw right off is hiding in the cave here.
Saturday is... I was sick last Saturday, so... my birthday celebration with my friends is on Saturday. I wanted to play board games with my buddies on Saturday, but I was sick. So I had to push it back to this coming Saturday.
Yesterday to tomorrow. I live on in these stones.
But I have been boringly spending my Sundays working on the campaign, if that makes you guys feel any better. So when we do get back into it, it should be pretty entertaining. It's D&D, I forgot. I know you guys haven't forgotten. No, you haven't. How upset is Ronnie gonna be when we start playing it and he's all busy because of school and shit? Yeah, you were playing a gnome rogue. I remember. His name was Battler, and I was like, that's a dumb name, and you're like, I love it. Wang! Memories of Irigian.
My ancestral doom I must push away with light.
Clumsy cutting myself every time I touch a dagger, right? I remember. Yep. Guard Gnome Ranger with the slingshot, that's true. Yep. Yep. I remember he put all of his proficiency points into slingshots. No! He put all of his proficiency points into throwing rocks. That's right. Thank you, McPsych. McSky, probably? I can't read. Ooh. Orsko Swordmaster. Slaughter waves of enemies to force Orsko to face you.
Hey, does this suit thing go fast? No.
What about Crank hosting with 20 viewers? And where is my emote for that? One, thank you for the host. Holy shit. Bad for orc armor. And let me check that real quick. What happened to the animation for that alert? I haven't heard old Tommy Boy in a while. Thank you for the host. Insanely generous. Let me test that one more time.
Hey, does this suit make
There it goes.
No. Your face does.
There we goes. What about Crank? How's it going? We're just enjoying some good old-fashioned Shadows of Mordor. Getting ready for Shadows of War while giving the community a chance to win a copy of the franchise. What were you playing? What's going on? Crank, how you doing? Get it out, Vikings. Get out the swords and shields. Get it out. Defend our homeland. Do it. Welcome, everyone. I'm Zigroy, the Video Game Viking. Nice, man. Doing the same. What we saw, I had to host. Good. Good. Getting the love. Getting the love of this great game out there. We're also doing something kind of fun. We're doing a 100% lore run on the game, so we're absolutely tearing into all the lore as much as we can. With the intent, because clearly Shadows of War is not playing nice with the existing continuity of the Tolkien universe. Rev Fresh, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Zig Sung lands. So we're trying to dethrone any continuity capability of Shadows of Mordor, since Shadows of War doesn't care about continuity, and it's a direct sequel to this game, and I'm actually having a hard time. Having a hard time. We're finding it, that every time I fact check some of the shit that they're doing, it works. Rev is your resident Lord of the Rings expert? Good. I love lore. I'm a huge Tolkienite. And we're fact-checking all the different little things I do and do not know. And we're counting them off. Because I need to make this game in my head not work on continuity level. Make sure that I can enjoy Shadows of Mordor properly as a alternate timeline, what-if story. Take it how you like it. Oh man, I looked away and fucked up my combo. Look at these guys. I want to fight these guys. Look, they came for a fight. That was not the one I wanted to tackle. Test you out. Oh, I'm sure I'll have the opportunity real soon here. Because every little bit of lore we've gotten, I questioned it intently. Drained. Alright, good. Good. Running fair. Alright, I think that puts us at all of the towers. We're good on towers. Alright, easy question. Right Clink coming out of left field with pretty good question. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Crank. The ability to be able to mind control should have been added a lot earlier than what it was. And I agree with you completely. Goldberry. I didn't remember off the top of my head when Reikland said it, but I can tell you that's probably right. Sounds correct. Goldberry, the ever bustiful. I remember that. I remember that part. Right? Am I right? Is that her title? Sorry. Queen of the Shore. Discover what this chick wants to know. Drink your drugs, Grandma.
Thank you.
I found the mithril hammer. Can your flames show me why my soul was denied death?
I'm gonna get the Winchesters.
You are the victim of a blood sacrifice.
Can the curse be broken?
Destroy the Black Hand and his followers and claim Mordor.
Thanks for the follow, Crank.
No man of Gondor will come to my aid.
You don't need them. Your power begets followers, willing or otherwise.
An orc army.
How do I do this?
Your answers are in the fortress nearby, but what you seek may not be there for much longer.
Marwen's decree was speed. The future must be met.
Whoa, I gotta go. Yeah. Bread fresh. Thank you. Partake. Live off the lands of the Zigsun clan. Where my Vikings and Jarls welcome you. Wholeheartedly. No fall damage.
Did I just hear something?
Alright.
It is not them we seek, but what they carry.
I will save them nonetheless.
Don't be blinded by your emotions. The Queen told us our answers to building an Orc army lie within this fortress.
If we brand those archers, we can build our army and save these men at the same time.
Ability unlocked. Brand. Belly, yes. For the active. Alright, ability brand. When you drain enemies, you will now also apply your brand, causing them to become your followers. To brand enemies, you hold that B button. You hold right trigger and tap B to stealth brand. And combat brand, that's A and B. It's an A and B right there. Alright. Okay, brand the archers. Got it.
Show their insides the light of day. I thought I heard something.
You didn't hear anything.
But darkness shall never rule Middle-earth.
Your will is mine.
It is yours, Master.
Nice. Nice.
Gondorians are invaders.
Just notice the lore fence counter. Yeah, we're trying very hard. We're trying very hard to really find a lot. So like, I'm not counting things that they've created in the game that wasn't created in the books, right? So for example, Karagor, Grogs, ghouls, I don't have any experience. I can't find anything online about those things existing outside of this game, right? But I'm not going to say that couldn't have happened, because everything that happens in Mordor kind of stays in Mordor, right? It's kind of this closed-off area from the rest of Middle-earth. So it's like, not a lot of people went in there, so maybe the histories didn't have that. But if you take that approach, Shadows of Mordor is actually really hard to bust the continuity. So far what we have is two things. Continuity 1 is that the hammer, or the Black Hand, picked up Sauron's actual hammer, which I was able to find text from Return of the King that was stating that all of his gear faded and turned to ash, like his body did when the ring came off of him and Isildur picked up the ring. Everything turned to ash, so the hammer shouldn't exist, let alone some pleb carrying it. And 2, the creation of Uruk-hai, the timeline's a little bit off. Field medic, no less, right?
Gaze into the light of my eye. See the blue flames that will save you.
The brand, I hear whispers of a Viking army.
The neck, the head, the gut. How shall we make them?
Alright, there we go. Here we go, here we go.
Create them is too quick.
Mine is the sight that will pierce your mortal will.
Yeah, but every time that I'm like, that doesn't sound right, we check it, and it's like, shit. Actually, fine.
Here to slaughter us.
Alright.
Not tonight.
Turn around.
The
There we go.
time of man is over.
I'm ready for death. Let your hand be guided by silver.
And we found that Sauron actually created, Sauron created the first Uruk-hai, but like nobody saw them outside of Mordor until Saruman created an even better breed of Uruk-hai. And then, which I was like, alright, well that could kind of work because of Mordor, but apparently like Sauron didn't do that until he had physical form. which he doesn't at this point. And then I'm finding conflicting information on start of the Third Age, being that of when Isildur falls. Or that of when Smeagol finds the ring. I'd like your opinion on that one, Rev. Because that makes a difference as to whether or not... Actually, no, that places both of these in the Third Age. Yeah, they talk about Uruk-hai in this one. In one of the appendices we found, they're talking about Uruk-hai.
Should I show their insight to
Which
light of day?
Sauron created during the Third Age, Saruman perfected.
Split them in half.
But I think the timeline's a bit off. It was close. It's close, though. It's real close.
Follow my will.
Alright, what are you guys gonna do? Back? Yeah. Eliminate all enemies. Okay. We will. I'm gonna let these archers do their thing now. God, I love this.
The Black Hand will make you pay. Black stubborn.
Hey guys. Hey, Clayton, thank you. Yeah.
He's unstoppable.
He's unstoppable. Oh my god, he just hit him with the chair. Good job. Hang on that ledge there.
The Lady of the Shore send you to our aid.
The Queen warned us to wait until the end of the battle. Then the orcs spotted us.
I told you, her visions always come to pass.
Yes, but I told you not to.
Do you have something for me?
Queen Marwen sent us to find this.
Take him to Mordor.
Brand. Oh, we're already done with that. Alright, so we saw more of the story of Celebrimbor there. Who's shooting at me? Oh, yeah. Why is it you never put the finisher on the guy I needed to be on? Come on. Stab him. Thank you. Alright, let's roll over to this. Oh my guys.
Hold it right here!
Stop it. Throwing things is rude. You done? Done with this? Let me get that ability unlocked. Alright, let's see, chat. What do we want to do next? Brace daggers, the 3, man, I don't know. Shoulder charge is kinda good. Stops me from dropping combos. Death threat's pretty good. Fire arrow, wraith. So let's not drop combos. No new lore, just a tutorial. We need to find, like, I'm still looking for my golden goose egg here. Like, the big piece of lore fuck up.
It is one thing to kill these Uruk. It is another to make them our followers.
It is a gift. We can use the weapon of the enemy against
Sounds good, Crank. You have a good day, my man. Thanks for the sizable host. The follows that you brought along with it. That's very much appreciated. Hope to see you again soon. Stop by and catch you when I can. Actually, I'm gonna click on your name and hit that follow button so I don't forget. Yeah, make sure you guys give some love. Frank, good guy. I do have a command for that, I believe. There it goes. Well, it doesn't work when you use the @ sign, but we do have a command for it, mods. Tribesmen of Nirn. The tribesmen are descended from corsairs who settled the Sea of Nirn following Gondor's retreat hundreds of years ago. As time passed, they gave up raiding and settled down to fish the sea and farm the land. However, they never gave up their warrior traditions, and when the Uruks came, the people of Nirn were able to put up a fierce resistance. Thank you, Billy. Let me take a look here. Damn, that even checks out. Alright, let's get into the deep web on this one. Alright, let's look. This plant, not real. Just gonna go with that. They made up this plant, chat. How can we take monoliths seriously when they're making up plants? None of this game's canon. Even though it's officially never been made canon, you can't even pretend it's canon. Because Lothron exists. How dare they? How dare they say Hobbit folk like this? Complete hogwash. Shame! Shame! You've brought shame upon the Tolkien estate. There are many angrish British men out there in the world right now because of your deeds, Monolith. Queen Merwin holds the key to unlocking a true power of the Ringmaker. I have command and domination of the forge of the army of the Black Goblins.
Lady Marwyn.
Why have you returned? You are not done yet.
How did you know where to find this?
He has shown me.
You haven't told me what you want in return.
Only that you learn what you are truly capable of. Find an orc leader, make him a war chief, and all his soldiers will be yours.
But where am I to lead this army of mine?
Bring them to me, and I will show you.
That mic drop there, though, you know?
Marwyn said to bring her an army.
We shall not build an army.
Oh, you over in the UK there,
We need
Rev?
to find an Uruk captain to
I got
dominate
quite
and
a
make our own.
quite a good collection of
named Grublik. We will make him serve our cause.
European viewership. Look at this one. All right, chat. Look at the lore fence here. Nagrimbas, right? It's actually spelled Nagrimbus. Hobbits love mushrooms. Being discerning about mushrooms, they would not eat Nagrimbus. This foul-tasting toadstool holds little appeal as foodstuff. It is edible, filling, and little more. Dwarves use Nagrimbus as a ration for troops on long marches, but only as a last resort. As a result, some call it dwarves' bread, but only as an insult to both bread and dwarves. The cap of Nagrimbus can be applied to burn wounds, and its consumption can temporarily increase one's stamina. Otherwise, this fungus is best left to orcs and perhaps starving ghouls. Portugal. Nice, nice. We had somebody from Portugal in here last night when I was doing my birthday stream. Shut up for a little bit.
That captain they call the Ash Skin.
Check out this plant.
I am in your debt.
Yeah, I know. Plant that. There it is. New plant? No, you're that potato.
Where there are slaves to be tortured, we will find this captain.
There it is. Check out this artifact. Ritual cup. Look in there, chat. Look in the ritual cup. You're Welsh and currently living in Portugal? A relic of free men of Nirn. This cup would be used in many rituals, including consecration ceremonies and matrimonies. Traditionally, the cup would be filled with bitter waters from the Sea of Nirnin, waters which would then be poured on an item or person as a blessing, or on the ground to give thanks. With Queen Marwyn's mysterious malaise. Malaise? I know it's illness because it's like your whatever. Your mal. The cup has been used increasingly more bizarre and disturbing rites. Lays?
By the white waters of the river Unween, by the colors so many they burn bright, may Nurna now look to Marwen, to my gift of second sight. May the elements of earth, fire, air form gateway to worlds unseen. Spirits of Valinor, hear my prayer, and grant great power new to the shores, Queen.
Hey, thank you, Alex. That cup's not canon. Who knows that cup? I don't know that cup. Not my cup, not my problem, I would say. Yeah, we're looking for...
These tribesmen are desperate. They will do anything to resist the Uruks.
I fear Lithariel will never surrender. Her honor will doom them all.
Looking for, like, offensive lore, right? Like, offensive non-canon stuff. Like, can I prove that this existed? No. But does it hurt any canon? Does it undo something that is official from any of the text? If it doesn't, then I have to, like, you know, I gotta give him a little bit of credit and be like, oh, you know, you're trying to make a video game and trying to add depth and lore to things that don't already exist. I'm fine with it. I need to find more lore that just blatantly offends existing lore from the text. Undoes or screws up the understanding.
There was a kingdom here in Mordor itself, raised in defiance of the Dark Lord.
Stop up here. Up on this corridor. I wanted the Karagor. No.
He's got an iron grip. We'll have your head on a pole.
I'll kill you guys because you killed my Karagor. Come back here. Land here. Take a nap on this sword. Some intel. Where it at?
I'm getting a promotion, I know. So you best stop groveling and give me your spare grog now.
All right, let's take a look at the war chiefs now. Tukar the blacksmith, Tars the knife, Skog hothead, Norsko swordmaster, and Pash life drink. Legendary War Chief. What's this? Elite War Chief. Elite War Chief. Power 14. 15. 16. Veteran War Chief. What's the ranking? Does anybody know? What do you guys know the ranking system? Elite, Veteran, Legendary. I would assume it would go veteran, elite, legendary. Here, let me Google it. Okay. Veteran has been in the Nemesis system enough for a few missions. Has proven himself capable by doing a good number of missions. So as a veteran and an elite and legendary, has been in the system for a long time, has done many missions. Each Nemesis has their own unique name. They are generated randomly by multiple body types and parts, hairstyles, behavior, nations, power levels, base strength. Max rank. Longer Nemesis stays in the Nemesis. More events he sees, indicated by the prefix of Veteran, Elite, Legendary. Interesting. Need to allow a little bit more time. You guys need to have a faster refresh rate. Ah. Ah. Alright, chat. I will give no less, check it, than 1,000 runes to whoever comes over and makes me nuke noodles. You gotta come over. Come over and make the noodles so I don't have to stop playing the game. So I can eat them. 1,000 runes, no less.
More than I expected.
Sellout mode, chat.
More to kill before we isolate the captain.
You remember, all newcomers, anybody popping into the stream, if you are a fan of Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War and don't have the opportunity to play either, do take a look at exclamation point giveaway, because I got you, fam. You know what?
You maggot! Lousy elf lover. Always sneaking about and creeping around.
After dominating the captain, hold RB, type A. You can now press Y to issue a command. This allows you to send your branded captain to murder another captain or try to become a war chief's bodyguard. Girl? Girl. Yeah, I know, right, Billy? Billy, in your case, if you can get here today, 50,000 runes. I know. Just because I'd be impressed to see you pull it off. Yep, Rev Fresh. I got you, fam. Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War. The only thing I do ask, we're giving away both at the same time, is if you don't have either and you win, go nuts. But if you do have Shadows of Mordor, let us know. And if you don't intend to give it to a friend or something like that, let us know. We'll give it away right after. Steam key, yeah. That is my most comfortable, I'll say, digital way to do a giveaway. I am confident in the success of Steam keys. I'm not worried about them being able to work.
Tear its flesh!
Alright, I guess I have to kill my information guy.
Don't waste my time.
Not for either, cooler. A steam key.
I'll kill you.
Have Shadow Mordor. Come on. Oh.
Kill. Ready.
Remember, we need him alive.
Forever.
Command! Oh, computer not good enough for it? That sucks. Sucks. I really wish that, I mean, so here's the thing is the digital state and an offense, what's that? The digital state of gaming, right? Oh, is only really saying I see you. The digital state of gaming, I feel, should be interchangeable. If you have a digital code, the developer should just grant, you should be able to go to the developer's website for a video game and say, I got this Steam key. I want to play it on PlayStation though. And they go, okay. And then they deactivate the Steam key that you give them after they've made sure it's not been redeemed. And then they issue you an Xbox code or a PlayStation code. I don't understand why that hasn't happened. I don't understand. Why is this not interchangeable at the developer level? If commanded against a war chief, the captain will attempt to become his bodyguard. This will create a power struggle mission where he will have to prove his worth. Press A to command your captain to infiltrate Tarza's squad. Need to return to the game. Alright, Rublik.
It is done. He's ours.
We must now make this captain a bodyguard, if he is ever to be a war chief.
It is from first strike of thunder that is soon born a storm.
We're gonna just drain everything you got in your brain sack here. This one's gonna hurt a little. Yeah, well, I mean, exclusives would be a different story, right? Altogether. But for most, and actually, like, we've been watching. See, that's the thing. Yeah, see, and it's not the developer's problem at that point. Who's causing that level of greed there is actually the console holders. So you're talking Sony and Microsoft pretty much exclusively in that situation. And what I mean by that is that PlayStation and Microsoft both say, you have to develop, we are buying this number of keys. Yeah, well, so that's, wasn't that the joke though too, right? Like the rivalry between systems thing. When people fight about which system's better, everybody gets nasty. But then when we all talk about a game, we're all very, like, loving and, like, intellectuals about the conversation of the game and shit like that. But when it comes to systems, and really, I don't think, in the past it had a chance, right? I think in the past, like, on the consoles I grew up on, there was a point to your console wars. I'll continue this conversation in a minute.
Me, or suffer under me. You lack a captain's strength, scum.
I'm must help Rublik eliminate all those who challenge him.
A little bit of lag there. Did we drop frames? No. The game being weird.
The Dark Lord's glory! Sort of. You're always so jumpy.
Our protege wields fear like a weapon, and we are his invisible ally.
A shadow who stays close and sees all. That is the Elven way.
So, to continue what I was saying, thank you, Carolee. Yeah, so back in the day, console wars made sense a little bit, because there wasn't just a couple of exclusives, or even like maybe 10 or 20 exclusives in the lifetime of a console. There was like completely different ways that games get released. A good example is take a look at the difference of Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis versus the Super Nintendo, or Aladdin on the Sega Genesis versus the Super Nintendo. Both systems were available of 16-bit, but the sound cards on both of them were vastly different, and you get totally different sound effects and music off of both systems. And on top of that, Aladdin had a sword on Sega Genesis. It's very PG and kid-friendly on the SNES, but they're both titled as the same game. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. It had a blood mode that you could enable that you can't do on the Super Nintendo. So there was like a point to the console wars way back when. But now, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 was kind of where I started to feel this way, but I kind of still understood the console wars a little bit because of the online variant of how the different online platforms were operating, and Xbox did have that one hands down, even though the superior hardware was on the PlayStation. But now that we're looking at the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, we're comparing specs on it. We used to not compare specs on consoles, people. We used to not care about the processor chip that was inside of it. Companies would try and sling it, but now we're actually looking at comparison sheets. Chat, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, they're just computers. They're just computers at this point. They're running discs, they have to install, they have to be connected to the internet, they have to get patches. They're just computers. They're not consoles anymore. And I have to say, the Switch going back to cartridges makes me so freaking happy, because the Switch is a video game console. It is a console. What you do on the Switch, you can't do on the PC. There's nothing that you can do on the PS4 or the Xbox One that I couldn't see somebody porting over to the PC with extreme ease, and I'm really just talking like Uncharted at this point, because everything else is on the PC. They're just budget computers, that's all they are. And they're budget computers that are throttling the creativity capabilities of the development industry on the whole. Because when you're making a video game, you don't go, oh, I can make it this awesome on PC, so I will, and then I'll make a dumbed down version for the consoles. No, you make a version that works on the consoles, and then you port that to the PC because the PC is going to be able to handle it. That means the consoles are the lowest common denominator here. They're just computers now. That's it. And I think they need to accept that fact. And either both stop and let everybody just save their money for a few years and invest in gaming computers, or get into modular consoles, where you're able to buy a case, an Xbox case, and buy modular pieces for it and upgrade your Xbox gaming computer or your PlayStation gaming computer through modular pieces. They've stepped too far away. The fact that when I get a game at midnight for my PlayStation 4, I have to wait an extra 20 minutes for it to install. Steam's ahead of that. They let me preload. Granted, you can't preload if you buy off the PSN. That's not the point, though. But there we are. So I totally agree with you, Rev. It's like, what's the point of this console war anymore when both consoles are just they're just computers in different plastic boxes. This guy out. This guy out. This guy out.
I reward your ambition with my at last. We'll have to find a fight somewhere else.
Our captain fights for us well.
Through my will, he steers these Uruks of Mordor.
He doesn't fight well. Have you seen him fight yet? He hasn't fought anything yet. I've just killed everything for him.
Kill for me in service of the Dark Lord. A weakling who runs from danger, eh? I pledge my fighting sword to you.
Compacted limited use PC. It's true.
I conquered the weak. Now join me in victory. Any who oppose me will pay with their blood.
Oh shit!
To red swords.
Me and you got problems.
Hail our captain! May we die last. We fight for true Uruk.
Now that we have our hunter, let us stalk our prey.
We got a nice little band there. Reach the vantage point without raising the alarm.
The war chief has chosen our captain.
And he has chosen death. A great advantage will ready us for this battle.
Alright. Dingo, let's go. Don't get me wrong, I love consoles. I love my Xbox One, I love my PlayStation 4. They offer specifically the ability to chill
Listen to them.
on the TV as opposed to sitting in front of the computer, which I enjoy.
If we don't get the the tower shows us they're really in.
The war chief always has bodyguards by his side. The Gravemonger must be near.
The old bodyguard was a vicious beast. New said to be even worse. I hear he made mincemeat out of the old one.
It sickens me. I lost my family to this evil.
Exact retribution by turning that evil against itself.
The Queen is right. We are wise to use the Uruk's ruthlessness against them.
I really hope that Shadows of War is a story about how Talion is regretting, like, mingling this much with orc kind. Flew too close to the sun kind of story. As the knife has arrived, got his bodyguard.
We are ready for our final move.
My eyes are yours.
My sleeper agent has been activated. You're attacking your own captain. No, I'm not. I'm fine. Vulnerable to range? Well, how about Karagors? Is he invulnerable to that? Wait a minute.
Tars.
Whoops.
I must help our puppet before they cut his strings. I need to assist in the fight.
Dude! Nice job, Broseph. Yeah, I heard about that.
I fight for the Dark Lord, and you shall fight for me. This is my dominion. I am the strongest
Thank you,
warchief
Mojo.
in all of Mordor. I shall lead my army over a field of broken
And Kinsey.
skulls. Come stand behind me, or let my blade meet your neck.
Queen Marwen's plan has given us great strength.
Strength should not be squandered, but wielded. The Queen will show us how.
Marwen's strategy yields great results. An army of our own to face darkness head-on.
A mirror looking upon itself, ready to be cracked.
We shall return to Marwen. She will have more for us.
Together we can be invincible. The Dark Lords are still weak. Our army can destroy you. Mother!
Break the staff.
Are you all right? I am.
I know your fate.
I am now that I can finally see you. My child.
Your mother. He's been under the spell of a very powerful wizard.
Talion, I am sorry. Saruman brought you here against my will. I went to him for help. I ended up being a prisoner within my own body.
What have you seen in your visions?
I have seen Sauron's servants. The tower. And the Black Hand. They bring much suffering. If you wish to know where they are across the Sea of Nurnen.
Their forces. How strong?
Strong enough to defeat us all.
Then we truly will need an army.
Illness still plagues you. Rest, Mother. I will make preparations for our journey out of Mordor.
There's a continuity offense opportunity, right? So Saruman was in her head, like he was in Theoden's head. So what we need to do...
Saruman is...
Listen.
One of the Istari. With the power of the ring, he could have built a great army to challenge the Dark Lord.
And that's what we must do. The one garrison does not an army make.
Yes. We must dominate more war chiefs for a true army.
Yeah, you're correct, Billy. So here's what I'm thinking. We need to find a way to timestamp Queen Marwen being controlled by Saruman. Alright? Getting the Theoden treatment. We need to timestamp that somehow, or get as close as we can. And then compare that to when the corruption of Saruman begins. Which, that's where I'm hazy. Where does Saruman's corruption truly begin? Because debatable, I think. Lady Marwen, daughter of Adralhil, is the queen of the tribesmen of Nurnen. In her youth, she dreamed of restoring the Corsair traditions of her people. Leading raiding parties as far south as Harad, she was a fierce warrior, and her crew regarded her with awe. After she adopted the infant Lithariel, I don't know how to pronounce it, Lithariel, she settled down to lead her people wisely. Recently, she became haunted by nightmares of the Tower of Sauron torturing people. Seeking counsel, she turned increasingly to rituals and spent many hours in a room staring into the flames. In them, she heard a wise voice counseling her to seek out the Ringmaker. Only his power could save Nirn. So he was working on getting control over Theodred. Steward of Isengard. Barad-Nurn was built by the forces of Gondor immediately after the defeat of Sauron at the end of the Second Age. Its purpose was to watch over the Sea of Nurnen and to deter invading fleets traveling up the Gurthrant River from the south. It was abandoned when the Great Plague of that should be Third Age, 1636, struck from the east, and the retreating soldiers carried the plague home with them to Osgiliath. The garrison never recovered, and the abandoned fort was occupied by the Corsairs of Umbar and renamed the Maw of Hope. It then became a base of the operations for piracy and Corsair raids into Ithilien and Khand. Over time, the raiders settled down to fish and farm the fertile lands of Nirn. Tribesmen. The Sauron contacted Saruman through the Palantir 10 years after he left Dol Guldur. That fit the timeline? Exceedingly. Dol Guldur happened hundreds of years before these events. 30 years? I saw a timeline last night that puts Dol Guldur, like, middle of the Second Age. Maybe I'm wrong. Which is what I don't like about The Hobbit, because The Hobbit makes it sound like it happens, like, right before the events of Lord of the Rings going off. Dol Guldur. It's South America for over 1,200 years in the Third Age. Overruled by Saruman. $29.41. Damn, actually I stand corrected. No, The Hobbit does have it right. Dol Guldur and The Hobbit happen at the same time. So The Hobbit is correct to have that in there. Thank you. Yeah, he did. When Saruman and Gandalf were pretty much partnered up is when Saruman deviation began. When they partnered up for Dol Guldur. See, what my understanding always was is when Saruman says, I'll go into the east and finish him, that's when he gets corrupted. That was my understanding. And that wasn't ever said blatantly, but I was kind of reading between the lines. Yeah, there's 60 years in between the two. And this is in between those two. Where that. So regrettably, this works. Saruman taking over people's minds work, and actually what he does to Queen Marwyn here probably is what gives him the idea to try that against Theoden. Mm-hmm. Okay, right. And 2850, Gandalf entered Dol Guldur, confirmed the presence, yada 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 yada. Saruman's real intention was to permit Sauron to build up his strength so that the One Ring would reveal itself. He later found that Sauron had more knowledge of the possible location of the One Ring than he expected, and in 2941, he finally agreed to attack Dol Guldur. So, he was still a good guy when he attacked Dol Guldur, he just kind of had some, like, fucked up tactics. Cintia, the excerpt I found over Discord. Okay, we'll check it out. So he was good in 2941, 10 years after Dol Guldur. Sauron abandoned Dol Guldur. He returned to Mordor and declared himself openly. He established contact with Saruman through the Palantir, captured from Minas Ithil, now Minas Morgul. In this year, Saruman also took Isengard for his own and began to fortify it. Okay, so I would say his corruption is exactly 2951. Oh no, Ziggurat, it's spreading? What's spreading? What's spreading? It's not loading your private message, Franklin. Franklin's starting to show the same symptoms as Cooler, it's true. You guys still got me? We good? There we go. Yep. It's sent now. No, it was on my end. Discord was being weird on my end, not yours. Good. Alright. Well, regrettably, that all aligns. Saruman could have potentially done that.
Get behind him! There's too many of us!
Look at him next time, Zig. I think, well, really, this is just proving my point. The reason why I'm attempting to dethrone this as much as I am is because chat and the internet was so insistent that this game is just as continuity-wise offensive to the lore as Shadows of War already appears to be in trailers. And my point was that it wasn't. That Shadows of Mordor actually plays nice with the lore quite well. And that's why I'm upset, is because you gave me the first game in the series that works in the books very well, but then you're going to turn around and make the direct sequel to that game, which means I can't ignore their events or compartmentalize their events in my mind as two different storylines. They're directly connected to each other. And the second one just breaks all the rules on lore. So, like, I have to now take what I had in my head, and I'm like, ooh, this is a book, and I don't know why something just exploded over there. That's funny. Like, this is like its own kind of like a Hobbit 0.5, and it fits right in here between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Like, I can't do that anymore. I gotta take that book out of my little headcanon. But chat and the internet was very adamant that I remembered the game wrong. But as we're going through it, that continuity tracker should really be at 1, and it should really just be that hammer. I'm being overly picky about Uruk-hai existing in Mordor at this time. I'm being really picky about it. Because this game, they've actually done their research. They did their research, and a lot of these things are lining up, and they're not wrong, and they're making sense. What am I supposed to be hunting right now? Flying creatures? Flying creatures in the air. Come on.
Ranger, you have to help. My brother was speaking ill of the Dark Lord. It made the slaver furious. Thank you.
Stay alert, just in case.
Alright. Stop wandering around aimlessly. Italian-inspired character, and that'd be fun. That'd be interesting. All these guys got, like, numerous bodyguards. I think it's time to take the horns off, chat. I think, did we defend our lands from the raid? You good? Chat, I'm gonna have to take a break to get something to eat. I am so freaking hungry. I'm excited for us to do a Skyrim playthrough at some point and rock that helmet that we got. It's gonna be fun. Don't leave a quiet breaks game. Lord of the Rings songs in the background. Girl. Know it. Alright. What? I'm gonna leave this screen. And I'm gonna pull up. Not the gif of me playing the horn. Funny. Pull up iTunes. You guys can listen to the Two Towers. Alright, look at that screen. Now look at me. Do we work on lore? Or side quest? Lore? Or side quest? Who decide? Well, which one do we work on first?